Opera SM with a budget deck tech for Rise of Adventure event coming up this weekend. Post rotation, there's some members of From the Ashes who've been talking about wanting to find a budget deck. Looking through all the popper options, this is what I came up with for a deck that would actually work for both nodes. Reminder that the top node is activate a loyalty ability multiple times and have a full party. You will get a choice of one event support that will cover one of the 4 party members. The bottom node, I believe, is match, I think, like 24 gems of your color and summon enough, I think, 3 land supports. So this deck would be using the Rogue event support, which, if I remember correctly, when your creatures attack, you get to mill cards from your opponent's library and gain some mana. So we are going to need a wizard, a cleric, and a warrior. So cards I've chosen for that are Zimone. She only costs 6. It will convert mana to your planeswalker's colors or give your lands full mana. And when you activate a loyalty ability, it will let you draw cards. Vulnerable Warsinger, I've really liked the more and more I play with it. It's a cleric for 10. And when it deals combat damage to your opponent, you get to return the first creature with base cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And X is its power 2 or more. So both Zimone and Herald, which is awesome, he self-fetches. He's the only elf or vanguard in the deck, so he can get another copy of himself with 4 mana. If either of those die, Vulnerable Warsinger can get himself back. Also, if you have him buffed up at all, he could even get other copies of himself back. The rest is a lot of removal and some conversion. We have Demolish as great support removal. Grim Bounty, which I ran in case I need to kill my own thing for a reason. Mortality Spear can kill both a creature and support. Binding of the Old Gods, creature and support, and it will fetch up a land you have. Poet's Quill, I really like Lifelink. And the learn on this, I believe, are just make some Inkling tokens or fetch up a card with a little mana, so not the most relevant. But giving your first creature +2/+2 and lifelink is great. Also, with Warsinger having Vigilance, it will be in the first slot. So that will allow you to have power of 6, so you could get a creature cost 12 or less back. So that could get other copies of Warsinger. Last 2 things I have Clearwater Pathway and Shipwreck Marsh. I'm using Bolas 3 for this deck. If I had the new red-black one of these gain 5 lands, I would run that as well as the red-black pathway. I don't, so I'm running the blue-black shell instead. You could substitute in any of those sorts of lands, pathways you need, or this, or other rarer lands that you have. Thanks to Chris and Madrid and others who've been helping me, turning me on to these shipwreck, or these lands that gain 5 if you have enough gems of the right color on the board. It's a pretty cool thing that I think is a lot more powerful than some people, like including myself at the beginning, were thinking it was. So I'll try to record a playthrough with this on ZE. We won't have the Rogue event support, but just to get an idea of how it works out. Hope this is helpful to those this weekend. Looking for a budget version for the RoA event.